So like, it all starts going up. Once I turned, what I was saying, I was in high school playing my freshman year, right? And then,
Mm-hmm.
I went back to club. The next year, sophomore year, I didn't make grades. You know, I didn't make grades. Dude, I was bad at school, like
Damn.
bad.
What was hard
To
about
this
it?
day, I've never been good at school. I like it more than I did back then. I'll tell you that, but
Mm-hmm.
not good. Like I'm not good at study. I can't keep focus. It's just, and it was frustrating when I was younger because I was like, dude, I hate this. High school for me was probably like bad. I couldn't stay in a room. It felt like I was in like prison or something. I know I'm exaggerating, but that's just the way I felt. I just wanted to play soccer. But yeah, I didn't make grades, dude. And seeing everyone play, so there's no club going on, right? And I was supposed to play high school, and I'm not on the team. And I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? No soccer
Yeah.
for the first time. 15 years old. I was a little sad. And then I remember I said, whatever. Like, I grabbed my bag and I started training by myself. And I started going to the ranch, which is Adolfo Mendoza, the owner and president of the club, Atletico. He has a ranch where he has his little mini field. And I just started training there by myself for like 2 months or like a month in. And then that's when there was this random tryouts that I saw on, I think, Instagram or Facebook called Alianza de Fútbol. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. Have
Yeah, I
you heard of
have.
that, Izzy?
Yeah,
You
bro.
have, right?
Yeah, my roommate Junior Rise actually went to one of those, and he made like the second cut, or like the
Yeah,
third or second cut. But I was too old to go to one of those. But I do know what you're talking about. It's like the.
yeah,
You want to explain what it is to those that don't know?
yeah. So, dude, that's honestly, the Alianza is one of the greatest programs there is in this country because it's free. You don't pay a dime, dude. You sign up online, you show up, you sign waivers, excuse me, and then you just play. It's short. You get like a 30-minute game, and then they select a team, and then you go the next day if you make it. And they're scouts. They have professional scouts there from Mexico, and they not just that, but they also do like they give you scholarships for college. Like, dude, it's a great program. It's still going. I recommend any young soccer player to look at the dates because they go all over the country. They go all over the country, different states, and they just pick up players, dude. And it's like I said, it's free. You're not losing anything. I do recommend you go prepared though, because what I'm saying, that's one of the things. At that moment, the first time I went when I was 15, it was random. Like, it was like Friday night. I told my dad about it. I'm like, yo, like, there's this trial tomorrow. Can you take me in San Francisco? He told me like I can't. I have work. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it, because at the moment I didn't realize how big of an opportunity it was.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I went to sleep that night. My dad woke me at like 6 in the morning. He's like, yo, let's go. I'm not gonna go to work. I'm like, oh,
Damn.
let's go. I'm like,
That's
okay.
loud. That's a baller
Yeah,
move
yeah.
right there.
That's hella sick.
My dad's gangster, dude. People don't care. Like, he's all about like soccer, dude. Like I said, he's like everything, and I love that guy. But we went, dude, and I show up and I see people locally, like older guys. I'm like, oh crap, like what the hell, in San Francisco, and I'm not nervous, but I'm just like, wow, I wonder what it's gonna be like.
Mm-hmm.
And then we play our game, and I do good, and then they're like, oh, come back the next day, and I was like, oh crap, like this is great. They go back the next day, do the final round. We play the final match, and after the match, I got like multiple scouts coming to me, just like, hey, like we want you to come out, like we want you to come out. And I was in shock. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, they really want me to go out. I think it was like Pumas at the time in Querétaro. It was like two clubs in Xolos.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy because at the moment I went from having nothing, like not playing,
Uh-huh.
like not even high school, not even club, nothing. So then like professional clubs, like multiple just coming near me. Me and my dad driving back, we were just like laughing. We are just kind of smiling. It was just crazy. And then they call me like, because then back then they used to call you and be like, oh, you won. We're going to announce it on national television. So they called me and they're like, oh, we want you to come to the final in LA. And then that happened, we're in LA.
How'd you go? Did your dad drive you? Did you get a plane?
No,
Or
no, they pay for your flights. They pay for everything.
what?
They pay for
That's
flights,
so
hotel, everything. That's
Oh,
what I'm
wait,
saying. Like,
so how long after that first round was that LA trip?
a month.
A month after?
I think a month, yeah. Cause yeah, it was like around a month. It was around a month, dude. And then we went to LA and we played 3 games. They were super professional, dude. We played 3 games. We played against, I think we played Chivas USA. We played some other local LA club, and it was Chivas USA before they finished. But there was, back then they were still there. We played their academy, and then our final game, like the final match, we played against Xolos, Tijuana, and we ended up beating them, which was crazy, you know. And right after that, we had the ceremony. You have this, like, at the end, you have this final ceremony where you go upstage and they tell you what teams want you on national television. And I had like 9 invitations. It was a lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a lot. If I was in shock before, I was even in more shock. Like, I was just, wow, like, what the hell's going on?
How do they tell you, bro? Like, you're on TV or?
Well, yeah, like, so, like, they'll call out all the scouts, right, up on stage, and they all have, like, this little, like, scarf, you know? And then they'll be like, Kristoc, Camacho. And then, you go up there, and then they all put the scarf on you, and you just take a picture. And then after the ceremony, you go to this room, and you have meetings with these scouts, and they talk to you what they want from you. Like, they want you to go. Like, they're interested in you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it was like 8 or 9, and I was just like, wow. Like, it was, like, crazy. It was intense. Like, the next 2 weeks, my dad kept getting phone calls from clubs, like, just straight calling him, like, hey, this is Querétaro. Like, I remember Querétaro wanted to come to San Francisco to come have a meeting with me and my dad to, like, they wanted me to come out. They wanted me to sign me. They wanted to sign me.
Mm-hmm.
But I had my eyes in Xolos in Tijuana.
Why?
I don't know.
Why Xolos?
I think it was, it's funny, too. Like, I was talking to someone about this, too, like, not that long ago, where, like, it was so weird. Like, before any of that happened months ago, I had watched Xolos play, and I saw this 18-year-old player named Paul Arriola, which he plays on the U.S. national team now today, and he plays for DC United. But at the time, he was playing from Xolos, and he just debuted at the game I watched. And I remember I DM'd him. I was little. I was like, oh, dude, this is sick. I DM'd him like, yeah. I was goofing out. But
Leaves you on red?
Yeah. No. He answered. That was
no way.
Yeah, he was like, I told him, like, oh, like, this is hella cool. Like, you inspired me, blah, blah, blah. And he answered, like, oh, keep going, which was funny because, like, 6 months later, I end up showing up to the facilities, and he's the one that the president of the club asked him if he can give me and my another guy a tour, like, on the stadium and everything. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. All within like 6 months, like, my life just switched,
Did you remind him that you sent him a DM? Did he remember you?
Nah, I didn't want to sound goofy.
That's so funny.
He still probably doesn't even have to say it, but I just kept that to myself. But it was cool, though, because it was almost like, like, I don't know. That was just a crazy story for me. Just remember DMing him, and then months later, him meeting him. And then at one point, we became, like, it was cool. Like, we were kind of friends, So that was crazy.
Dude,
what did your dad think
so...
of all this? Oh, sorry.
What's up?
I was saying, what did your dad think of all this? All these clubs calling you, and, like, was it overwhelming for him and for you? Or
Yeah, he was overwhelmed. He didn't know what to do. It was brand new to both of us, Like, he was just like, because he played soccer and he was good. He was locally in the city. Like, he was like, he'd go in Mexico. They have like estatales, which is like California will build a team and play against Arizona, or they just play other places, And he was good. He was one of the best ones from his city. So, but he never got the chance to play at a professional level. Like, his dad didn't really support him. Like he just didn't really like think of it too much, He was into it, but my dad gave it all for me. Like, he really would. So he was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. We didn't really know what to do because we had multiple people calling. We're like, what do we do? So,
yeah,
because what I'm saying, we had Querétaro really calling us. Pumas was like super interested in me going out there too.
When did you sit down and have any meetings with these coaches or like with these scouts?
Yeah, we had the meeting right after the ceremony, and like that's
what is talked about. Like, what do they mention to you? How do they? What's their pitch? What do they say to you?
they try to sucker you up, you know. They try to tell you like, oh, like you're a great player, like we're really interested. We have this. They'll tell you about their like programs for like the youth players, you know. They'll tell you like, yeah, you're 15, you'll play the U15 or you'll play the second division. You know, you'll play like whatever they want you to do, and they'll just tell you like, you know. But at that time, I don't know anything, you know. I don't know what's a second division or a sub-17 or a sub-20 because I'm just an American 15-year-old kid playing high school soccer. I don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no one from my area that really knew too much either, you know. It was like brand new to everyone because at that time, I think I was one of the first ones, I think, to like, I don't want to say I was the first one, but I was one of the first ones to go out there in Mexico and sign from this area. You know, actually go out there and sign with the club and stay.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was guys before me that went out and they were stayed before, but there wasn't many. There wasn't a lot, you know? And that happened all before the era of the internet, so no one really knew too much, you know?
Yeah.
But my time, it was when like Instagram was starting. It was like 2014, 2015, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, wow, like it was crazy.